Hey guys, welcome back to the TohirT channel. TohirT is here. I hope you had a fantastic week. Well, today there's a lot going on in this world, from all the regular stuff like the politics, the news, the sports, if the sports are active at the moment, or just in general the kind of situations that we get to witness through the Twitter feed, on our phones in general, through maybe some of the messages the friends are sending us, Facebook, TV. It's everywhere. It's a lot of information. It's a lot of things that we have to process. So to maintain this thing, to keep our mental state healthy, to clear through all that noise, to help ourselves, yes, we could go and pay $200 an hour to a professional to help with a therapy session, or we could use an alternative like Calm. I want in this video to talk about the experience that I had while using this app, that cheaper alternative to a regular therapy. Whether it was good, was it worth upgrading to the paid version, and just in general, what do I think are the real use cases for the guided meditation versus therapy, maybe versus some other methods of maintaining your calm and achieving that nirvana state on a day-to-day basis. Let's do this! For those of you who are new to this channel, here's a playlist where I talk about some of the other ways by which I broaden my horizons, explore different lifestyles, and just in general trying to keep it nice and diverse in my day-to-day life. It is also worth mentioning that I'm by far not a mental health specialist, but I'm like yourself, a professional. I work in business, I have a full-time 9-to-5 job, I have a family, I have a lot of other things that can be a catalyst for stress. So I have to figure out how to maintain my own mental health the same way as you do, whether you are studying, a professional, or just in general have to look outside of the window and witness what's going on in the world today. Quite a few people correctly refer to meditation or just in general going to therapies as a way to maintain your brain. Think about it. We have to maintain our bodies. We go hopefully to the sessions every year to check up, do the general checkup of our body. We also hopefully work out, especially when we're under the lockdown. But why won't we do the same thing for the brain? Listen to some of these athletes, celebrities, and business professionals who talk about the value that meditation and the regular maintenance of their mental state brought in their life.
Even just because of everything that was happening, I started seeing a therapist straight away, just because I felt like no one teaches you how to be famous. There's no book about this. And I've seen a lot of people, athletes, movies, singers, rappers rise and fall. And I'm not going to be one of those people.
That's why I think it's very important for us to always share our experiences. Right. Because they can help the next person. Like, for example, my father had been going to therapy 2 and 3 times a week. He tried to kill himself 30 years ago. Wow. He been on 10 to 12 different medications. So if he'd have told me about this years ago, then I would have known that it was tools and resources out there that could have helped me combat what I've been dealing with my whole life.
I think it became especially important for us to learn how to maintain a mental health or healthy mental state, whatever is the grammatical correct version to refer to this. It increased over time. Back in the day, what was it? Maybe crops were not as fruitful. Okay, maybe village lost the latest shoemaker, so you're not sure where you're gonna get the shoes, or your daughter ran away with a blacksmith. I know, very specific examples, but that's the extent of them, where today we're just constantly being bombarded with different information. With additional resources of information, the stress levels across the world increases. All of a sudden, media channels, TV and radio, podcasts, all of those guys realize that sad and stressful news trend way more than the happy and positive information. That is why the inflow of all that negativity is way higher than the inflow of the positive stories. For every, happy story that you see being shared on Twitter, I bet you there's 10 times more arguing about different topics, there's politics involved, there's potentially some racial and nationalistic tensions happening. There is a lot. So we have to figure out how to balance it, how to balance the intake information with just in general how we maintain our mental health. With so much information flowing through our brain, there's a lot of crap that can potentially sit as a residue. So you almost have to clean the pipes and do your regular maintenance. And in a world where we have therapies, I think guided meditations and the apps like Calm is a good alternative, but it's also fair to mention that they will not work for everyone. So you personally have to experiment and figure out what works best for you. I wrote this thing essentially envisioning, breathe! I don't know, you get my stupid sense of humor. Speaking of Calm specifically, zooming in on Calm specifically. Now, it is a guided meditation app. The difference between regular meditation and the guided meditation is in the word guided. I know, you essentially get someone to walk you through the steps in meditation. And that was great for someone like myself who had zero to no experience in meditation. Hearing how you should do it and how you should think about it and how you should clear your mind was super helpful. The free version of the app includes a few lessons from the get-go. It has, I think, your anxiety, it has your stress meditation, it has your sleep meditation, it has a meditation to help you through some of the work challenges. So they tried to silo them in different themes and different applications depending on the kind of stress you're experiencing. To get the full range of their library of meditations, or to get to listen to a guided meditation by LeBron James, I mean, why not? They do have other guests as well, but I just find it hysterical that LeBron James had one of those meditations. Good for him. Well, you do have to shell out a few shekels and upgrade to the paid version. And to start with the positives, I like the interface of the app. I think it's very nice and clean. It takes you straight to the content. The content is easy to find. It's easy to pick up where you left off, especially for those that are 7-day in a series where they try to essentially offer you a package where you have a meditation for every day of the week and then you just cycle through the weeks. So all of that is very easily accessible. It's nice and clean and easy to find. In my use case, when I would go to Calm, I primarily wanted to just slow down. When I have a long day at work, my brain frequently just keeps going at that 100 miles per hour speed, so I have to slow things down before I go to bed. And it was great to just sit in the dark, listen to it for 10 minutes, and relax that way. The quality of the content is great. I love the fact that it's high quality. I never felt like I'm getting distracted by over-edited content. They do have the background noises and the foliage noises, but at the same time, they do not distract you from the voice who is guiding you through the meditation. And finally, the cost. Compared here, at least in the United States, to the therapy sessions that probably will run you anywhere between $100, $125 to $200+ per hour per session. Well, Calm at $60 for a full year, or if you get to find a coupon code, is definitely a way cheaper alternative and worth exploring when you have access to that free version in the first place. Now on to the fun part. Is Calm a perfect tool? Not necessarily. I don't think any product is, and fair to say that some of these considerations that I'm about to mention are very personal in nature. Like the one about being able to sit through a guided meditation in the first place. I found it super challenging at the very beginning. And random thoughts were not the only reason why I had my own challenges with the guided meditation. I fell asleep more times than I care to admit during the meditation. Well, I guess it proves that it is great for helping you to fall asleep, but I'm pretty sure it's not the primary use case. The other important consideration that I came across is I found it hard to distinct very tangible differences between the free and the paid version. Yes, I think it's cool when you get more diversity, you have more choices for different types of meditations within a particular vertical. It's also cool to listen to LeBron James guiding you through the meditation, unique experience. But beyond that, I pressed hard to find the reason why an alternative foliage sound and that different sound of the water flowing or different type of birds chirping at you would make that huge of a difference, especially as you develop that habit on the ongoing basis. I believe you would be able to leverage the same library over and over again, and you would not necessarily have to constantly be searching for the different kind of the background noise to help you through your guided meditation. What helped me when I got my paid version is that while looking for the annual subscription on different alternatives, I came across Calm. I really like Calm's free version, and I found the 50% off coupon. So I think for $30, I got my value worth of content from it. But when you think about the full $60 and the diversity that you get from it on a day-to-day and weekly basis, I find it challenging to purely recommend and say, yes, you should definitely go and straight up spend $60 of your hard-earned money on the paid subscription. Did you find that brief introduction to Calm useful? Do you use other alternatives, maybe Headspace? And what are other ways besides the apps or the therapists you use to help manage the day-to-day stress? Share your thoughts and approaches in the section below. By the way, fun fact, what I found super helpful lately during the crazy day at work when it's like a lot of things going on, I just step away from my now newly set up office that you guys soon will see. I have mini setup where I'm assembling Lego sets, so I got a new Lego set and I'm just standing there putting things together while listening to some like calm music, and it perfectly clears my mind. I know, I just found an excuse to get myself a Lego set. Just get out of here. In summary, I usually try to stay very general in my final advice in this kind of reviews because I do find that people have to try things on their own before they make a decision. But in this case, I actually want to be super prescriptive because I think this is the best approach and best path to take to make sure you make the most of the opportunity and you save some money. So, step number 1, download the app and try the free version. Step number 2, try that free version regularly for about a month. Use it for 1 month straight, get to know the intricacies of different sessions, get to know the content that they have, and only then, if you get bored of the content that they have, or you really feel like listening to the multiple times NBA champion guiding you through the meditation, invest your hard-earned dollars. But otherwise, stay with the free version. I think it's going to give you everything that you need to keep check on this thing up in your head. Thank you very much, guys, for stopping by. If you're new to this channel, go ahead, hit the subscribe button and check out the videos in the backlog. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you very much for stopping by. As always, let me know in the comment section below what you thought about this video. And I will see you all next Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern, on this very channel. Man, one of the things that it feels nice to do is just like switch genres from time to time. I loved working on the Losing You music video last week, but it was so much work, so it's kind of nice to relax and almost use this as an opportunity to talk about relaxation, but also that video being a vehicle to the relaxation itself. This vehicle, I mean, this video. Sorry, you see? Clearly I'm pretty tired, and I mean, it's been a long week at work, but I'm enjoying it, and my best advice to you is keep things diverse. Diverse day-to-day routine and even like weekly routine from one day of the week to another just helps me keeping things nice and fresh throughout this lockdown. I hope you're staying safe, wash your hands, stay, at home as much as possible, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.